Capricorn, this is your energy check-in love reading. We're tuning into the person on your mind or your current situation and the energy unfolding for you right now. Let's see what wants to come through. Clear messages, advice, and guidance. For my Capricorns, please. All right, so your energy, the Three of Cups. Your person, the Sun in reverse, Leo energy. They're viewing you as the Seven of Swords. What you're not seeing is the Star in reverse, okay? And your final outcome or your advice is the Seven of Wands, okay? So interesting, we have two things that are standing out to me off the bat is we have the Leo and Aquarius axis, so somebody could have a North Node in one of those signs, but it also to me indicates that this is an important soulmate connection. Now, we also have double sevens, which is a very spiritual number, okay? It's about angelic support and angelic guidance. And we see the Four of Wands coming through here, Capricorn. So I feel like you really want stability, you want security, you want the right relationship. Now, some of you may be in a relationship with this person. But for others of you, I feel like you've acquired a level of stability. You have a good network of friends and family. And with the Three of Cups, I feel like your vibration is actually really, really high. All right. So again, some of you could be in a relationship with this person. For others of you, this could be somebody here who's crushing on you or has a secret crush on you. But I feel like you're single and you're out there mingling, right? For those of you in the summer months in the Northern Hemisphere, you're probably enjoying time with friends, going to backyard barbecues, going out, just enjoying the warmer weather and with people that you love, having a good time. The Tower in reverse tells me that you may be a little bit avoidant right now. And some of you may be, even though I feel like you're really looking for a stable and secure relationship, some of you are a little bit avoidant either of this person or about emotionally investing too hard, too fast, too heavy at this time, because I think you're enjoying yourself with that Three of Cups. Now you're viewing this person as the Ten of Swords. So again, you may be avoiding this person because they're an ex. Or you may feel like there's some issues here where you don't really see it necessarily going where you would like it to go. So you're definitely avoiding this person. You might feel like they have some negative attachments around them as well. I don't know if it's like their friend group or it's bad habits or it's family or something like that. But I do think there's something here that's giving you a lot of pause about this connection. And you're viewing the connection as the Emperor energy in reverse. Yeah, so you feel like maybe this person is very controlling, very my way or the highway. Maybe you're seeing it as a connection where there's physical attraction, but you're not so sure about long-term involvement. So we have the Nine of Pentacles showing up in reverse in this person's energy. It's like they're working on it. They want to work on this connection. But remember, the Nine of Pentacles, Venus and Virgo in reverse can be codependency. It can also be unhealthy patterns, whether it's emotional, whether it's what they bring to the relationship, whether it's, drinking and partying, drugs, like whatever it might be. But maybe they lead an unhealthy lifestyle and you're cleaning up yours or something like that, or you prioritize, health and fitness and things like that. All right, so we see initial spark. So there's a potential in a person or a situation to develop into something in the future, but how you approach it is up to you. So I do think that you sense that there's an attraction here, okay? There's been this initial spark. But I still kind of get my Capricorns, like you're not fully sure about whether it's more than that or it should be more than that. Spirit's saying accept your blessings because you certainly have blessings coming through. Believe that the door of abundance is waiting for you. The clearer the goals, the quicker you'll get there. Okay, and you're in alignment. Everything is aligning perfectly in your life. What didn't make sense in the past will now start to fall into place. So again, I feel like my Capricorns, you're in a very high vibration. I feel like things are coming into alignment with you. I think you see or sense potential for this connection or potential for a reconnection here. But I feel like you're really enjoying your stability. You're enjoying the single life. And I feel like you do have blessings coming in. All right, and you're destined for greatness, Capricorn. All right, I don't doubt this at all. It's your destiny to be great. It's coded in your DNA. It's time to meet your greater self. Okay, So yeah, I feel like you're on this path to greatness. And I think there's a really big question mark about this person. Can they add value to that? Can they come along for this journey? Are they in alignment with what you're building and what you want? So the sun in reverse tells me that this person may have some ego that runs the show. They may be hiding certain feelings, okay, or hiding something. The King of Wands in reverse. This person might be a little bit triggered by your decisions, Capricorn, to be single or to date. Because I feel like my Capricorns, you've probably been pretty upfront about, maybe I'm not looking for a relationship, or I'm not really looking to reconcile. This person's feeling a little bit triggered. They might also be somebody who takes risks or is a bit promiscuous. And again, I think you're kind of looking at that. I also feel with the King of Wands in reverse, this is somebody who maybe brought you some drama. This can be an argumentative, dramatic energy. All right. They're holding back, but they're definitely watching you. And the Four of Wands in reverse. Yeah, and I also feel like they're not bringing the same amount of stability to the relationship as you are. And I think that's what's making you feel a little bit uncomfortable, because I feel like my Capricorns, you've worked really hard to get where you are, and I think you have certain goals that you want to reach. And again, there's a big question mark about whether or not this person is going to derail that, or is it someone who can add value to that or help you, help each other. But the Four of Wands in reverse tells me that they're not bringing the same amount of financial or emotional, spiritual, whatever it is, stability to the partnership or to the game that you are. And I do think there's a reason for pause here. Now they're viewing you as a little bit avoidant, and I can see why. A lot of my Capricorns, you may just not be so sure, and so you're just kind of putting it on the back burner. They see you as not investing into this connection or not communicating. They feel like there's a lot of potential here, but they feel like either this connection hasn't found its form yet, or you're in separation from this person. They might be worried that you're investing in somebody or something new. And the Queen of Wands, again, look at that. They're coming out as the King of Wands in reverse, and you're showing up and they're viewing you as the Queen of Wands. Like you are everything they're not, okay? Or you're a lot of what they're not. And, that doesn't have to be a deal breaker. Sometimes, there can be, somebody can help us improve, or you can, you have what they don't, and it can be this beautiful symbiotic relationship. But what I'm seeing is there's a confusion here, because there's this compatibility, King of Wands, Queen of Wands, but they're not showing up fully in the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands and the upright like you need them to be. So it's like it's an almost here, Capricorn. That's what I'm getting. All right. And the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, this person knows that something here may need to end, or they need to bring their life into balance. They may be concerned about an ending here with you, for those of you where you're in separation. But like I said, some of you, this is just a connection that hasn't found its form yet. So let's see. What do we need to know about this person? What do we need to know about this person? Okay, so we see saboteur in reverse, induces self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. And I was picking up on this. I don't know if it's unhealthy habits or behaviors. Again, I do think this person is also triggered, Capricorn, by you moving on, by you not, wanting to drag them across the finish line or whatever it might be. So just beware, because the King of Wands in reverse and the other energy I was picking up on the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, I do think this person can be self-destructive, but I also think that they may sometimes undermine others. And I think you're starting to see that, or maybe you're worried that they're going to undermine your growth. And if you felt that way, Capricorn, I really do want you to trust that. All right. And we see the Destroyer in intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potentials. Okay. That message, I'm not going to say that scares me, but that's kind of the crux of the message about this connection. This person's an almost for you, Capricorn. There's a lot of compatibility, and I'm sure there's a lot of sexual chemistry between the two of you, but it feels like it's just shy of enough. And I also feel like Spirit's coming through really strong, that like with this energy of destined for greatness, I don't know if you're building your own business, or you're working on healing your finances or your health, or you're just enjoying life, being in a really happy place. This person is undermining that, whether they want to or not. Okay. It doesn't necessarily mean they've got this evil plan, right, to undermine you. But I kind of feel like they're going to shift your focus to their drama, their bullshit. And that's going to take away from what you're really meant to be focused on, which is like your own path and your own purpose. All right. And it's like you have blessings coming your way. So I'm getting like this person could potentially derail you, Capricorn, okay, if they haven't already. So I know that's a tough message, but you know, these Mercury retrograde and Cancer readings, like the messages are not holding back. All right, so they see you as the father archetype. Again, this is Capricorn to a T, whether you're male or female. You have a talent for creating and supporting life. You're a positive guiding light within a tribal unit. So again, this person, they see what you offer: stability, security, you're nurturing, you're strong, you're decisive, you're protective. And so they benefit from all of that, but it's like there's a lot of benefit for them and not so much for you. And then we see Midas and Miser, and so they might feel like you're being a little bit stingy, all right? And they might be a little bit they might feel like, oh, you're only focused on your outcome. You're only focused on your money. You're only focused on whatever goal this is. Maybe you're running a marathon. Maybe you're healing something. Maybe you're, you know, like I said, building a business or getting out of debt. They are triggered by that. And I don't think that you're necessarily being stingy. I think what you're doing is recognizing that you have some goals that you want to hit, and I don't know that this person is necessarily helping you get there, okay? And not that that's necessarily their job, but the right relationship is definitely going to be supportive. All right, so the Star card in reverse, and not just supportive as in, you know, rah, rah, shish, boom, ba, go Capricorn. No, it's supportive in the fact that they're going to help create a nurturing environment for you, or they're going to give you space to focus on what you need to focus on, right? They're not going to bring you drama. They're not going to be, you know, like I said, constantly pulling you off balance, constantly making it about them. So the Star card energy in reverse tells me this has been a Tower moment for them, Capricorn. And I'm getting with that Seven of Wands that my Capricorns out there, you do really need to protect your energy. Yeah, so they're obsessed. Okay, they're definitely low-key obsessed with you because, again, you offer a lot. All right. And we see the Three of Swords. They're heartbroken. And we see the Page of Wands in reverse. But I feel like this person still has a lot of growing up to do in order to match your energy. The Seven of Wands, I do feel strongly that this is a message for my Capricorns to defend yourself, to protect your energy. The Five of Swords in reverse is be unapologetic about doing what's right for you, because I think this person is probably guilt tripping you, you know, and maybe from the outside it might look like, Capricorn, you're being selfish or you're being a little bit harsh, but I don't think you are. All right, and we see the Two of Pentacles. You're a little bit on the fence here. And we see the Knight of Swords energy in reverse. But for a lot of you, the Knight of Swords in reverse is something here isn't in alignment. There might be some stuff here that you're not seeing. But I also feel with the Knight of Swords in reverse that you are not meant to move forward here, a lot of you. All right, and this person, the Queen of Swords, they're looking at that Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. A lot of them, this is an X, and an X is an X for a reason, Capricorn. All right, so this is a confirmation message for a lot of my Capricorns, okay? I know these aren't necessarily the messages that you want to hear, and you know, but I do feel like some of my Capricorns need this validation or need this confirmation that you've made the right decision, or if it's a decision that you're trying to make, you know, this gives you some perspective. All right, so we see main male. So this person does want to step up and be your main person. Okay, my readings are not meant to be gender specific, but some of the cards that I use are. We see courtship in reverse, okay, and we see marriage in reverse. Yeah, this person wants dating and marriage and everything like that. Like they want the whole works. They want to be your main male, but they really need to step up. And right now, I see their chances slimming. All right, I see their chances slimming because I also feel like you're starting to see this connection for what it is, or you're starting to see that maybe you weren't getting really what you needed. Like I kind of get more than anything, Capricorn. It's not even so much that this person doesn't have any worth and value or they're dragging you down, but I feel like you've got somebody here with the Sun in reverse and the King of Wands in reverse, somebody who makes everything all about them. And so then you end up having to deal with their drama, their bullshit, and then it leaves you very little room to do what you need to do. And you most likely need to be healthy and balanced to achieve your goals. All right, so I see life differently now. So this has been a major Tower moment for me, for them. It's time for me to heal now, and we both know I'm not the one for you. So this person might be guilt tripping you. All right, and you know, I think you have to be real honest with them and with yourself here, Capricorn, if you do see a future with them. This person, I think they know they have some work to do. They have some healing to do. They definitely have some growing up to do. Or they need to go find someone that's going to be okay making their life all about them and their drama. Okay. So let's go ahead and see their next actions towards you. Strength card. Leo energy in reverse, staying in their ego, bringing an energy of lack, missing you. But I'd be careful with that strength card, because this is somebody who will probably try to get you to notice them, try to get you to react, maybe even guilt trip you. I could see this person, maybe even trying to sabotage your forward movement here, Capricorn. Because I do see them being triggered by you being in that Four of Wands, stable, happy, dating, or just spending time with friends and family. The pattern is the message, Capricorn. Don't ignore the patterns that you've seen. Ground before you interpret anything. Something here is definitely missing. I think you've already come to that conclusion. And we see that you're stronger than this moment, but you've also been patient long enough, because most likely you've given this person a few chances to show you what they're all about. All right, Capricorn, so I'm sending you so much love and light. I'm going to leave it here. If these messages didn't resonate with you, that's completely okay. Just check out your other signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I also like to check out my North Node, especially when I'm dealing with a soulmate connection. All right, Capricorn, love and light. Take care.